G'day guys, welcome to Medovenka. We've got the Japanese versus the Commonwealth here in a balanced Anzac Mao community game. It should be a very good one. Versus we have Constantini, Short-Time Loncano, Aussie Gold and Dandy on the Japanese versus Greek, Takis, Sunny Boy, Hagenex, Pineapples and PGA minus Takis from that as he's spectating as well, so it's actually a 5v5 here. We see Loncano with the Hagao call, Constantini also with the Hagao call, with a decent amount of single infantry buys by Con, so that's definitely what you do guys. If you play as the Japanese or if you buy a vehicle at the start of the game, you still need to pick up the slack in terms of flags, so you should buy infantry to take your flags. Don't force your allies to go infantry. It's not good etiquette and it's bad. As here Short Time is pulling guys to the right, Aussie Gold's in the centre I think, and Danny's on the left hand side, so lacking a bit of infantry here. Constantly looking to search for some infantry here, maybe going a bit too deep in my opinion now. He's in quite dangerous territory. He should look out for bushes moving. Is right there, I see the bushes moving. Yes, I think he saw it as well. Ooh, nice miss there, bad luck there. So should be able to mow them down, but no, I think there's a boys AT rifle by Greek. Nice buy there. If you're fighting the Japanese, that's definitely a good buy at the start of the game, at least to have one or two guys buying the AT rifle. As Loncano, he hunting that Willys Jeep down here. Oh, gets a nice AP shot from far away. That was a very, very, very snipery shot, and gets a flaming engine too, so bad luck to Sunny Boy there. That Hagao is the hero of the Japanese army, but gets AT grenaded by an ambush there by Pineapple's Maximus. Nice one there. But he's down to here, capping the left one guy. When you're capping a flag, when you don't have much power, you should actually hold fire, but that's just a tip. As he's got a good opportunity for Danny to actually run to this cover here, or maybe just around here, you could actually be in a good position to mow them down. Centre secured there by Aussie Gold, quite comfortably, no one coming here, as they've been slowed down, possibly from the Hagao advance there, as Constantini is also capping with his single infantries, but manages to not cap the furthest eastern flag. I might number them basically Eastern 1, Eastern 2 I guess. Now maybe I'll make this the Eastern 3. So Eastern 3, 2, 1. As here Danny Warhol on the Eastern 2 flag is, sorry, the Western 2 flag is struggling to capture it, as there are a few guys behind cover here of Pineapples, but is booming a flank here. Some action here as well with Constantini, just building a sandbag line. Good play by him. Just if you can't take a flag, you definitely should start sandbagging and increasing the line of sight in the area. But the action is all in the Western 2 flag here, with Mr. Pineapples and Danny exchanging grenades. Centre's all quiet there. Maybe Aussie Gold is going to infest further in. He's got a few guys around in position of ambush. Nice play by him there, as the western side is now the Commonwealth's quite convincingly Hagenex and Pineapple's duo facing off against one player here. So poor Mr. Dandy is all alone here. Where's the distribution of players here? So Loncano is on Western 1, Aussie's in mid-centre. Dandy's bringing up a Hagao to support that area there. Constantine's on the right. So I suppose the rest of the players, the rest of the 4 players are split up between the centre and the right here. So we've got 5 players having to capture 7 points. So I guess Dandy is one of those players that will need to pick up the slack. And I think Constantini is picking up the slack on the right, facing off 2 flags there. So good play there. He's got opportunity around this area here. There's a nice building here to run behind to grenade these guys. But PGA is actually a good matchup here. PGA versus Constantini. Another 2 veteran players there facing off. Nice grenade there. We'll be able to take out one guy. Whilst on the Western 1, kind of slowly pushing in. But there's a Cromwell there, imposing force there. That Hagao will need to stay behind this hilly area and not come out, because that Cromwell will be able to take it out very easily. But should be able to push in right down here if he wants to, because I don't think the Hagao will struggle to shoot the guys behind the sandbags though. So he could possibly charge it if he wants to risk it. But a Greek is showing his face there as he's in this point here, finally capturing it with a commander squad. So early elite infantry tie by there. Cromwell coming in now, face Sunny Boy. At this stage now, the Hargal spam shouldn't be happening here, especially with Aussie Gold coming. There's not many opportunities. Maybe actually from the centre, Aussie Gold may have a chance here, because I think this area here is very well defended. Is that Constantini's Hargal has just been taken out from something. There's a Cromwell even PGS, so Cromwell buys on the field from everyone here. PGO Cromwell there. The western and eastern flags have been covered well by any tanks. Will negate any of the light tanks the Japanese can muster. As another one here, possibly? No, it's just a dodge there, but the dodge can quite easily take it out. In fact, as long as its engine doesn't get pierced, let's see what happens here. That's a good chance, but remember the dodge's turret is only facing in a little arc in the forward. It won't be able to shoot sideways as the Hargal can. As here, wow! Short time pulls up a nice kill there, rushes his Hargal in, and takes out with APCRN maybe on the side, but the boys' AT rifle, a pretty good one in fact, is taking out 2 Hargals this game and taking another one behind the line. So smart buys to go AT rifles as you're fighting the Japanese. The Commonwealth here pushing with the dodge. Hagenex with the dodge. Pineapples with the support of the Valentine should be able to run in. If I was Hagenex, I'll probably wait for the Valentine to just come and take it out, because now this guy is taken out there. But I see the Chinu is taking out this Sunny Boy's tank here. Sunny Boy's Cromwell has just been taken out by Loncano's Chinu, so decent buy there. In fact, at this stage of the game, if I was the Japanese, I would definitely be having one of the players bank for a 75mm, the 75mm AA gun kind, which is this one. Not this one. There's actually 2. There's one the AA and one this one is actually much better. It comes with a tow and can penetrate pretty much everything the UK can muster until the Churchills come. But there goes the Hargal. Dodge is still alive as Takis is lagging. He's just a spectator though, so if we lose him it's not a big deal. Just pause it for a sec, as we can also have this opportunity to analyze the field here. So we got a Tetrarch even Greek versus the Japanese. I wouldn't buy any light vehicles, because Japanese can muster light vehicles much cheaper than you can. At 240 for a Tetrarch, you can buy a Harga for 160, which basically is a 50-50 versus a Tetrarch. It doesn't matter which one you go. I'm pausing now. So Constantini struggling to get the point from PGA here as the grenade battles are ensuing, and Kamikazes here. Ooh, did PGA notice that? They're just running through here. Ooh, he did notice, throwing grenades, so you shouldn't bunch up, guys. With Kamikazes, you definitely wouldn't send them file by file, one file by one, because if one gets caught now, the whole 3 dies. It's just pointless there, Constantini. You should never do that. As here's a Tetrarch here, not a good buy. Where else is on the field that's interesting here? Infantry plays here, infantry on the right. Valentine here with the dodge here. The Trinio should be able to take it out, but it's need to focus on the Valentine here. It's not focusing on the right unit. Ooh, no, it's just got commander damaged. It's actually decrewed, turreted now, so it's actually gone. As if I was at Valentine, I'll come in close, APC around, make sure that's knocked out, because at this range here, it's going to struggle to penetrate the frontal there. As Loncano is manning it there, going to desperately reverse. Wow, that was a fantastic shot there by the turreted tank there. So this guy should have definitely moved out of the range there, but the dodge has the opportunity now to run in and take it out from the side. As an Olicon here by Greek, always a safe buy at the start of the game to go the Olicon, as it is very, very, I guess, useful at the start of the game, able to take out infantry, as infantry is the majority in the start of the game, and also any light vehicles. But here, short time with the Chi-He. I like the Chi-He, in fact, guys. It's quite an underused tank. It's the P3, Panzer III of the Japanese. It has 50 armor, but a lighter gun, but can go head to head with the Crusader AA, when in fact any other tank you buy at the start won't. So, wow, how did this guy die there? So the AT rifle grenade by Danny has taken this guy out. So Danny is doing a good job here, holding off Hagenex and Mr. Loncano. Not Loncano, who's that guy there? Pineapple's Maximus. A decent matchup though, in fact. So newer players going up against each other, and so Aussie Gold fighting against Sunny Boy. Sunny Boy is quite a veteran player. Looks like it's going back and forth between these two players here. Aussie Gold has the AA gun. It's a decent buy, but you got to remember to obviously turn it when you shoot, as this AA gun can't shoot in front. But pushing forward now, maybe needs a bit more infantry down in the front here. So maybe just send one of the. He's got plenty of guys here to just send in front. He needs the support, so it's actually Loncano's troops needs to actually help Aussie Gold achieve the breakthrough here, but he's going to maybe destroy. He really should start destroying the tanks, Aussie Gold. It's very crucial you do that, but he's going for the live units. He's going to try flank this Cromwell. A decent choice here, as that. Don't think he's noticed Hagenax, but no, he's got to be careful of the 20mm, as a 20mm can quite easily take out that Hargau. That, ooh, just misses there, but can he get through? That 20mm hasn't noticed yet, so ooh, no, it doesn't. That lucky there for Mr. Hagenax, as the Cromwell one-shots it and takes it out. So on the Eastern 3 flag, we see PGA here pushing up with the half-track. I'm not a half-track user if I was fighting the Japanese, as Hargaus are basically the same price as a half-track and can take it out pretty much very easily, so not one to buy half-track that often with versing the Japanese, but not a bad buy at this stage, as Constantine hasn't got anything to muster that can kill it. Greek with the Cromwell there at the centre, taking out some light tanks. They're taking out the Cheer here, I believe, as 75mm by Loncano coming up, and the 75mm of the AA kind coming up from Dandy, which is one tank you should aspire for. But a nice grenade by Mr. Dandy takes out the engine there and burns that Cromwell there, so fantastic move there. Dandy doing a fantastic job on the Commonwealth on the Western 3 side and the 2 side. 33-9. The Japanese are winning at this stage. Mainly because of the infantry usage, being able to capture the flag. Center hasn't actually been, excuse my English, hasn't been contested very often, and it should definitely be contested. So it's a free flag for Aussie. Aussie now can basically reign on different areas in the map and help his teammates, as the M4 Sherman here by Sonny Boy. There's a Cromwell there, as I wouldn't have gone to Sherman, especially at this stage, because at this stage of the game is 75mm days stage, where every man and his dog will have 75mm. It also might be a good idea for one of the guys in the Commonwealth to coordinate to buy an artillery piece, one of the heavy artilleries, or even a land mattress versus the Japanese, because the Japanese will be starting to spam mortars, as you see, one from Short Time here, one from Loncano here, and another one from Aussie. It's funny how snail they look so damn slow. It must be a heavy piece, and it looks very big. But 75mm out takes out the Cromwell, so really once the 75mm are out, you really have to hide your medium tanks, or hide them behind buildings or behind hills, because all your tanks are going to be dead basically. So Sherman, not a good buy at this stage. Daimler here by Hagenax, not sure what it's trying to achieve. There's nothing in here that it can target. Maybe down here it can. It's got a 75mm out in the open here. It might be able to see it, but might be protected by this. Let's have a look what happens. If this blows up, he may be able to take it out. No. Nice protection here by Loncano. Has protected his nice buddy here called Dandy. He needs to thank that guy, as Dandy hasn't noticed it, don't think, as his mate Loncano again has told him about it. So matemanship of the match here goes to Loncano for helping Dandy Warhol, as Sherman's there. Hagenax here is dropping off the Royal Commander Squad, so I think he bought the special 3-pointer Royal Commander Squad there. Interesting buy. Not something I usually buy. It's pretty much a waste for 3 points in my opinion. As Dandy is pulling up paratrooper squads. No, it's the SNLF light infantry squad there. Dandy, good buy there by Dandy. With this 75mm and the SNLF, it should be able to take anything on the field at this stage of the game for sure. As a 6-pounder dies from Constantini there, I think. Where is it? There it is. I'm not sure where exactly, but I think a kamikaze might have done it. There you are. So there, Constantini pulled a kamikaze and took that out. Wonderful job there. So he must have snuck one of those guys through somehow, as Constantini is running away from something. No, it shouldn't run away. It's a Cromwell there. You can just take it out. There's actually 2 there. And takes out that other Cromwell. So PGA bad buy then. Didn't notice that Greek's Cromwell has had the same fate as what he was going to have, if that makes any sense. As he's a 75mm. Getting pounded by something. What's on the field? Is the 105s out yet? The 4-pointers are definitely out, so the 95mm 105 equivalent of the British will be able to take out this 75mm gun there, because it's got 105 range, sorry, 150 range, and so does a 75mm gun. So Commonwealth is actually ticking down to them in flags, as they've got 4 center flags, and they've only got 2 here for the Japanese. Center still the strong point by Aussie Gold here, not receiving any, I guess, any combat at this stage, as Constantine is going to pressure this point. It looks like he's going to get the better of him, mainly because the 75mm was able to take out all these units. So basically Constantine now has the upper hand in terms of MP and units. He has the majority. 75mm is a bit, I guess, very, very cautious by Cons, because this Hargau is definitely going to be countered by something very soon. This 75mm needs to be in position to basically attack something which is going to attack this very soon, as Greek's flank is going to be dangerously exposed. But there's a huge expanse here for Cons to sneak in kamikazes, which could be very interesting, as a Sherman here moving up by Sunny Boy. Artillery here by Mr. Pineapplus of the Priest kind. Not a fan of the Priest, as the shells are very, very, I guess, small caliber, but nevertheless it's a decent buy versus Japanese. Artillery, I do condone it, but only versus the Japs. I think it's okay if some of your team go artillery, as that Sherman dies obviously at this stage. It's quite useless in the game in a frontal set piece battle, as that was. As a Valentine here by Greek, not sure what he's trying to achieve as well with this Valentine. It's not really a buy that can achieve much, especially with the 75mm, as the center domination by Aussie Gold allows him to flank all corners. Aussie Gold gets the grenade from the side. Nice one there by Aussie Gold. Pushing infantry, he could possibly even push up more over here. There's a huge expanse here, maybe no one's even here. He's got many flanking opportunities, even maybe capping this trench and flanking all these guys from behind. As Constantine has secured this area here, and looks like he's positioning his guys all over the place here. I wonder if that's a kamikaze. It could be. As now Short Time is pushing on this flag and push Greek across, but wow, it's really turned around here, with the Japanese having all flags, center flags, except the Western 1 flag, Eastern 3 flag, as Greek bringing up the Daimler. Not sure why. Not really a good buy versus the Japanese. Expensive light tank use. And there he goes with the AT gun of... no, the Hargau. So as you can see, the Hargau costs 160 MP, that costs 230 MP, and yeah, pretty much it's a waste of money. As that Matilda shouldn't be, is a waste of money as well versus these heavy Japanese tanks. At this stage, the only tank that you should be bringing to the front in an actual frontal engagement, which is basically all of this area here with the 80 guns on the hill, is the Churchill. Otherwise, you just bring up infantry and grenade. At this stage, there isn't much infantry killers. There's no 20mm here. But actually, I might be wrong, because I saw the mortars moving up. There is also the 200mm, so Danny's bringing up one as well, and there's the 200mm rockets there. So spamming the artillery here for the Japanese, which they should. Then there needs to be arty as well from the UK to counter that, but very secure the centre still. Cromwell from Sunny Boy again. Is that the repaired one? Hopefully it is the repaired one, because it maybe is the repaired one, because that's not a good buy at this stage. So really open fronts in all areas here. Even Short Time can sneak this guy, this Type 92, without any fear. Flanking this sandbag, taking out 2 MGs from the Home Guard, I believe. This must be from... no, sorry, this is actually the British, so that's the Anzac squad there. A Valentine here by PGA? No. Armoured vehicle as well, so interesting buys here by both players. PGA, that Valentine's not going to do well versus that 75mm lurking around here. Short Time has one. Constantini has one too, but has left it behind accidentally, most likely, as it's reversing. It's realised that. As it's coming down here, 95mm, wow, and here it comes. Kamikaze by Constantini. This is what I love about Japanese. The most overpowered unit the Japanese have is this. This is 1 point. And you can see here, ooh, the Saboteur, so the equivalent of the Commonwealth, which has better stealth though, but ooh, here it comes. Boomba. So there it goes, 95mm down. PGA is screaming right now, he's definitely raging. It's main gun damage by that. Valentine is able to take that out. Infantry support coming here also by Cons. We'll be able to hold this flag, I think. And the 75mm may be waiting for that Valentine, but it has to get through Short Time's 75mm as well, so not looking good there. This side looks very secure for the Japanese, as in the center here. Valentine as well by Greek, not going to be able to do much. Mortars pounding away now. All the mortars are in the position here for the Japanese. As soon as these mortars come all around here, infantry is stagnant. But the Valentine is pushing harder. Valentine, half-track combination there. Center here, Sunny Boy with the Cromwell and half-track combination as well. Not going to do much, in my opinion. Or on all flanks, the Commonwealth are not going to be able to push here. Not here, here. It's all suicide fronts. Oh, maybe on this front. they have a chance. 90 millimeters there, 75 there. So really going to struggle to capture any point, in my opinion. They don't have any units which can do that. As a grenade there by short time has taken out a Valentine right about here. Land matches there by Sunnyboy. Goodbye by Sunnyboy, in my opinion. But as long as no one else gets another land matches, takes out the Type 92 from somewhere. I didn't see that, but I saw it in the top left corner. One of the mortars has been killed by the land mattress. Valentine hoping to achieve something flanking here, but a 75mm by Loncano is taking out the Daimler. I'm missing all these kills. I don't know where that's coming from, but Loncano has taken it out. Down the centre point, Sunnyboy is pushing, but is going to get mowed down with the mortar in the fire. The mortar can actually take out the half track too if it lands near it. Maybe it will. No, it's just firing at the Cromwell. Still a lot of infantry entrenched in this area. It's going to struggle to take it, as a grenade here by Loncano. Here comes Sunnyboy dangerously coming in with militia, but they're just militia, so it's not too bad. The 92 mortar will land there and kill them all most likely, as this Valentine is hiding behind that hill, because there is that 75mm waiting. Good play there at the moment. Nice there. There's a 200mm rocket, takes it out, and this radio up will push that Cromwell back. And a 75mm by Dandy there, I see, over here, is shooting at Matilda from the side, so we'll be able to take that easy. So nothing in the field really the Commonwealth can do to take out anything, is it? 75mm actually takes out the 2-pounder as well, and 75mm can take out that Orlikon as well. Versus mortars, 75mm. There's really not much you can do other than land mattress, or somehow do a crazy flank with a tank, or maybe artillery, or the last thing you can do is a Churchill as well, because Churchills can't get penetrated by anything. So that's expected. He knew that was there. Bad play by PGA, charging straight into the 75mm. So you can see, as Japan's 75mm is really damn good. It revolves around this, the kamikaze, and the mortar basically. As all around these areas here, all these medium tanks has been dispatched just by the line of 75mm, the mortars, and the land mattress here by Sunnyboy, shooting at the wrong position, just shooting at infantry, nothing really much to kill. He needs to be targeting those mortars or those 75mm guns. That's all he should be targeting, as Danny has managed to capture this point here, the last bastion of defense in the center by the Commonwealth. So Pineappleless is able to hold by the skin of his teeth there. But Sunnyboy here charging an array of useless tanks that are just going to be mowed down by a 75mm from somewhere, or even a Chihi in ambush. Nevertheless, center is actually devoid of the 75mm, but a Cheeto here is going to take everything out. Coming in a bit too close here. The Cromwell has range to take it out. Cheeto can actually take out the Cromwell at 160 range, but Sunnyboy has a shot here. No, bad luck there by Sunnyboy. And that radio up combination with the crew injured has taken out the main gun, so no chance there. Cheeto will clean up those two units. Sunnyboy, Aussie Gold is going to clean up both of them. But PGA has managed to capture this point only because I think Constantine doesn't have enough infantry and infantry killers. So with the 75mm, a 20mm support will be awesome. Or even a mortar, which Constantine doesn't seem to have a mortar even, so I think he's bringing up one right up now. Yep, so a bit slow to do that. Assault here of the 105 kind, 95mm kind, can do well. 75mm takes out the Matilda as expected. Dandy with the side shot there on that. But now the Cromwell needs to target the 75mm at the maximum range of 95. Cromwell's still in a position where it can be side. No, it's actually on a hill. It can actually turn around and shoot that 95mm. As a center, that Cromwell's... What? Oh wow, okay. Basically, it must have bounced and it got killed. So bad luck there by Aussie, but I don't think it's going to turn around the game, as these flags here look like they're going to be taken back shortly. With the mortar pounding away, the Orlikon just died to the 75mm there, so infantry can now move in, which there is plenty of the Japanese kind there, as UK is ticking up in this flag here. But they need an extra 2 more flags to actually cap, as these MGs in this imposing position on this hill by Mr. Short Time, able to take out anything that comes with, especially with the mortar actually hiding behind the hill in the direct fire. So it looks very tough for them. So Aussie Gold securing the middle just by the skin of his teeth with a radio up, but look, it's devoid of infantry in the centre, so an opportunity here by Sunny Boy to capture the centre. Pineappleless really needs to choose his targets better. That's definitely the one you should prioritise on. I would say frontally, this will struggle to take out the Cromwell 95 at maximum range at 150 yards. As Sunny Boy is moving in now. But a Chi Ree from Aussie Gold. Interesting. He must have not been doing much, or basically Commonwealth hasn't been killing enough units, so he's able to afford a Chi Ree. In my opinion, I don't like that tank whatsoever. It's I guess a heavy tank, but it's just weak in my opinion. As nowhere here, no advances here. Short time is just going to shut down Greek's attacks there because of the hill and the mortars. And Constantini able to infest the area of infantry behind this hill here. Should be able to secure it quite easily with the mortar support as well arriving very shortly. So really good combination of units by the Japanese, able to field the units that counter other units, but Commonwealth really spamming the medium to medium heavy tanks, which do not work well versus versus the Japanese with the 75mm and having the mortar as well. So no bad buys by the UK team. Bad buys, as the mortars are still raining fire. They're not going to capture anything. The Japanese are going to hold all points again, but interesting buy there. Wouldn't work versus good players, as Aussie Gold is doing a nice run here. Tries to run over that, but self-destruct. Maybe he can get the... Whoa! That was bad luck there. Could have got the dynamite maybe, but wow, it actually changed its firing range and hit it point blank. But the 105 is still alive from the engine damage. And a big assault here of the Churchill kind with the Crocodile with the half track. This is the thing we should have been seeing a bit earlier. This was a possible breakthrough in this, but the Priest here going to bombard nothing here, just shooting nothing. Artillery needs to be targeting expensive stuff. But anyway, good game to both players. That's a good example of how you play Japanese.